There are now a ton of new handheld PCs out there that, on paper, are way better than the Steam Deck. With their beefy new processors and shiny new screens, they should be wiping the floor with the Steam Deck. But why does it keep coming out on top? Let's talk about it. 3 years later, Valve's Steam Deck should be hanging on by a thread. But it's not just hanging on, it is still the king of the handheld PC niche. And to this day, the performance is still a little bit lackluster compared to other things like the ROG LAX, the Lenovo Legion Go S. And the reason why has nothing to do with frame rates, specs, or screen or anything like that. It's all about Valve's secret weapon that no other company has been able to replicate to this point. It's an advantage that they built into the Steam Deck, not just by hardware, but by philosophy. If you pull up a spreadsheet, the Steam Deck is no longer the top dog, and it's pretty obvious. Most competitors are rocking crazy hardware nowadays, like the AMD Z1 Extreme. That just delivers way more raw power than the Steam Deck can at this point. And a lot of them run on Windows. This sounds like a lot of advantages building up, right? You get almost perfect game compatibility with the Epic Game Store, you have Microsoft, and you can run games with aggressive anti-cheat systems, which SteamOS has a really hard time dealing with. But that's all the stuff that you see in benchmark videos and reviews. After a while, you're gonna see the cracks start to show. The reality of using Windows on handhelds, well, to put it quite frank, it's super clunky. It's almost unbearable. It is obviously an OS built for keyboard and mouse, but not exactly for jumping on the couch and just starting up a video game and playing right then and there. You're trying to navigate the Windows OS with just a joystick, and you're getting pulled out of games for mandatory Windows updates. It stops feeling like a console and more like a PC, which it is technically a handheld PC, but that's not the experience that you want to deliver in your hands. The main issue with all of these other competitors compared to the Steam Deck is that they've been trying to win the hardware race, when in reality they forgot what it is to have that console-like experience, that OS that makes you feel like you're at home. And that is where Valve has been building a fortress. Valve's secret weapon is the SteamOS. And boy oh boy, it's not just a pretty interface, it is an OS built from the ground up to match a Steam handheld experience. It truly feels like you have a console in your hands, and you can put it down, pick it up whenever you want. You're instantly in a clean, controller first, looking at you, Windows, controller first environment where you can jump into any game without the mandatory updates every 10 minutes. No driver drama, just you and your games. The one thing that SteamOS has everybody beat on at this point is just the fact that you can suspend and resume the games almost effortlessly. I mean, I have had days where I have turned my Steam Deck on and I'm still in a game from 3 days ago and I'm still at 45% battery. And it's amazing, because with all of these other handheld PCs like the ROG LAX and Legion Go S, you have to save the game, you have to exit, you have to turn it off correctly. But with the Steam Deck, you can just put it down on your couch, forget about it, come back 3 hours later, and it's still there. Everything that you were experiencing is still there. You can pick it up just like that. This one feature completely changes how you play. Busy schedule, the Steam Deck fits right in because it just integrates itself so well with the rest, the sleep feature. It's hard to beat. And if you're finding this breakdown useful, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because I am trying to get monetized. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. That way I can make this my full-time job. I'd really appreciate it. Right now we're at like 100 and something, 121. I'd really appreciate some support here. So if you want to keep seeing these videos, please let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Okay, so SteamOS is built on Linux, and historically that has been a nightmare for running games. And so this is where the next secret weapon comes in, Proton. To put it simply, Proton is a translation layer that allows Windows 11 games to run on Linux. And after years of work from Valve and the community, it works so damn well. Valve knew they couldn't do it by themselves, so they turned to another great asset that they've built over the years, steadily and strongly, the community. They built an ecosystem that allows for incredible community-built tools. One of the best examples is DecuLoader. DecuLoader is like a gateway to an entire world of customization. I mean, one of my favorites is Proton DB. Basically, it shows you how well a game will run based off of the community's feedback. So if a game is verified or unverified, you can tell by the badges that it's given from the community on how well it runs. And that's just one great tool that the community has made for the Steam Deck. Do you want to know how long a game is? There's a plugin for that. You want to change your UI with completely custom themes and music? There's a plugin for that as well. There's even plugins to help you squeeze out just that little bit more performance. I mean, I think that someone came out with like lossless scaling. It's just amazing what the community can do when given the right tools by the developers. And I mean, that's something that Steam has done for a while. They really care about their customers and consumers. That's just another reason why the Steam Deck is the GOAT of all handhelds. And if you didn't know, the Steam Deck is actually on sale. The LCD version is on sale for $320 right now. And people ask me, is now a good time to buy a Steam Deck? It's late 2025, and we have new handhelds like the Asus ROG, Xbox Ally X, and my answer to that is always going to be yes. If you're a beginner, if you're new to this niche, this space, yes, pick up a Steam Deck. This is where most people start. And this is probably where most people end because you have so much value given to you in just one small package. The Steam Deck has to be my favorite purchase in terms of gaming ever. Honestly, I play on it every day because it's so easy to play. It is so easy to pick up. And for non-gamers, it's something that is a great gateway. And yeah, I think you're getting so much value for that $320 price point. But back to the point, this creates a great feedback loop with Steam and the community. Valve provides the platform and the community makes it stronger, faster, smarter, better. Overall, just better. Any company can build hardware. That's the easy part. But you can't just manufacture a passionate and strong community that actively works to make the device that you've given to everybody better. That ecosystem that Valve has created by giving their fans what they want and listening is something that no other company has been able to replicate. The final piece of the puzzle is a very straightforward one, the price. Even in 2025, the stunning model like the OLED is still sitting at $550 to $650. And it has an amazing screen. I mean, I can't stress that enough. The screen is beautiful. It's better than my monitors that I have. And it's still priced so well comparatively to all of the other competitors. I mean, I will probably pick up the ROG Ally Xbox, but that's like an $1,000 price point, and I might still reach for my Steam Deck. I guess I'll make a review once I do pick it up, but I would be very surprised if it matched in value for value to dollar ratio, because the Steam Deck is just, I mean, it's so unheard of in 2025 to hear of a handheld PC being less than $800. There's even a widely held theory that Valve sells the Steam Deck at a very slim margin, maybe even at a loss, some people speculate. And why would they do that? Because the Steam Deck isn't the actual product that they're selling. They're selling the Steam store. The Steam Deck is a Trojan horse for their store. Valve is in the business of selling video games, right? So if every Steam Deck they sell is someone plugged into their ecosystem that they've built, right? So the more Steam Decks that they sell, the more games that they're going to sell. And we all know this. Steam is ridiculous when it comes to selling games at insane prices. I mean, another reason that I picked up the Steam Deck is because, dude, you pick up the Steam Deck for such a low price, you're also going to pick up games for such a low price. The price that the Steam games usually go on for sales is crazy, especially during the holidays. And right now, the Steam Deck is on sale, so you can buy the Steam Deck right before all of the crazy sales. In comparison to their competitors though, their competitors on the other hand, they have to sell hardware first because they don't have their own store like Steam. So this is why almost every device is priced so much higher than the Steam Deck. When you think about it, this just gives Steam an insane advantage. They can offer a premium device at a mid-range price because they're playing the long game. They aren't just selling you a Steam Deck, they're selling you a ticket to the entire Steam store universe. I mean, it may sound dramatic, but people who have Steam, which is almost everybody with a PC, know how crazy the store sales are, how much community support there is, and how much feedback there is. I mean, when you combine that with like the ergonomics of this and how well built it is such a unpassable deal. I mean, I would be stupid if I didn't get the Steam Deck. That's just another reason why all of these people with the monstrous PCs of all the 5090s and 5080s and 50 whatever, they say it's the device that they use the most. I have a great PC, but I still find myself when I want to play games, I reach for the Steam Deck. It is the ultimate backlog killer. And for all of those sales that go on, you're going to be building up a backlog, trust me. But this device is going to help you with that. And it is a perfect home for indie games, which is another topic for another video, which I'm gonna get into soon here because, man, indie games have been crushing lately. And this has been my main device for indie games. And it also surprisingly handles AAA games pretty well. So after 3 years, has the Steam Deck been surpassed? If you're looking at pure horsepower, yes, it definitely has. But as everybody knows, I mean, gaming is more than just a benchmark. It is the experience. It is the feeling that you get when you load into a game. It is the feeling that you get when you leave the game. If you miss it, if you think about it while you're at work, I mean, I feel like we're all guilty of something like that, right? Like you're at school and you're thinking about playing zombies with your friends. It's about being able to pick it up with zero hassle, zero update. It is all of that boiled down into one package, and you have to consider everything. The competitors are always going to keep chasing higher specs. That is something that you can expect. But with the Steam Deck, it keeps getting better. Years and years go by. The community gets stronger, the device gets easier to use, and it becomes more and more valuable. It appreciates. Weirdly enough, right? Tech usually doesn't appreciate, but the Steam Deck, to me, in my personal value, it appreciates every single day. The power of the community and the SteamOS has refined it into something that is amazing. So the Steam Deck's real secret weapon isn't just sheer power like every single other competitor's weapon. It's their entire carefully crafted ecosystem. And that is something that no device, no matter how much of a punch they pack, has been able to copy. Thank you for watching this deep dive. And watching me rant about how much I love the Steam Deck. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of this year or early next year. But help me out with this, and I'm going to keep releasing these videos. So if this is your thing, stick around. If it's not, then that's cool. But before I end this video, I want to ask you guys to leave a comment about what you think the Steam Deck's biggest advantage is and how your experience has been with the Steam Deck. I'm always interested to hear how other people's experiences have been and if they've been as positive as mine. So remember to comment, hopefully subscribe. I hope that you had a good time watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.